After 2 years of dipping our toes into this overland lifestyle, it was finally time for us to answer this age-old question. The internet defines overlanding as self-sufficient vehicle travel where the journey itself is the goal. But to us, it's more than that. To us, overlanding is an extended trip into remote areas where the challenge begins way before the rubber hits the road. It's about the planning and preparation. It's about plotting a route on a map and then heading out to explore that route. It's about finding and overcoming the challenges you encounter and to see parts of an area that few people travel. Up until this point, we've primarily engaged in weekend overland trips. We've considered them to be training runs, opportunities to practice preparation and to get a feel for what it will be like to be in remote areas for days at a time. Chances to learn what our van is capable of, to find weaknesses and to correct them, or to understand our limitations. This year was the opportunity we'd been preparing for, the time when we would bring all of the knowledge, the skills we'd practiced, and tackle the big one, a 10-day journey to complete the Washington BDR route. In addition to all of the practice and prep, we'd spent a year studying the route, planning fuel stops, planning likely areas where we would camp. We knew exactly what to expect, and we were ready until 2 weeks before we were scheduled to leave.
Wildfire season is raging along the West Coast. Here in Washington, firefighters are working to protect a small community in Chelan County as a pioneer fire grows to nearly 32,000 acres. A level 2 evacuation notice remains in place for Stehekin. This means be prepared to go at a moment's notice. Crews are working to improve the fire line around that community, while helicopters are dropping water to slow the fire spread. The pioneer fire remains at 14% contained. Meanwhile, in Okanogan County, the North Cascades Highway has reopened. It was shut down due to the Easy Fire. It has burned nearly 400 acres near the community of Mazama. In Yakima County, a declaration of emergency has been declared due to the Retreat Fire. That fire has burned more than 13,000 acres. So far, crews haven't been able to get control of that one.
As section by section of the Washington BDR closed, we were literally watching all of our plans go up in smoke. Overlanding is about adapting to situations and overcoming obstacles. This movie is about how we adapted to save our 2024 summer overland excursion. The problem with overlanding in a distant region is the travel. The Idaho BDR is over 1,200 miles long, and we only have 10 days off. That would be a doable trip, except that we also had over 600 miles to cover before we even started the Idaho BDR route. So we got all packed up and ready on Thursday night, and I ditched out of work early and set out to grind out as many miles as we could before bedding down on Friday night.
Alright, well, after a long day's work, we put in about 400 miles and got to Ontario, Oregon, which is on the Oregon-Idaho border. We've got about 300 more miles to go to get to Jarbidge, which is the beginning of the Idaho BDR. So we are getting up, getting an early start. We're gonna swing into Boise, and we gotta change out that mass airflow sensor. It's kicking a code again. So already getting this trip off to an adventure, and we haven't even gotten on the BDR yet.
Swapping out the mass airflow sensor. Get a wrench on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's off just a touch on this side.
Off?
I think you won't be able to get it on because it's hitting the... There you go. And that's that. That wasn't too bad.
I've been working so hard to get you out my head, but I can't stop me thinking the words that you have said. You told me that you loved me, how could I forget? Now it's spinning around inside my head. So I hold on, however long, till we both rocking on the porch. Yeah, I hold on till the morning comes. Promise that you'll be in my house.
Back on the road again, it wouldn't be long before Idaho treated us to some of its most amazing scenic views. From canyons to wide open sagebrush plateaus, and we're still not on the BDR route yet.
So I wrote her a love song to show her how I feel, to tell her she is all I ever need. So I hold on, however long, till we both rockin' on the porch.
Off the road.
It was at this point where we noticed those strange black stones in the road were moving. Southern Idaho is home to Mormon crickets, and there were literally thousands of them in this canyon, some of them crawling all over the road. Apparently regulars down here are pretty oblivious to them, but we found them to be pretty creepy. The route into Jarbidge follows along the Jarbidge River through a narrow canyon for miles. We found it to be an interesting drive with incredible and unique rock formations.
Yeah, hold on till the morning comes. Promise that you'll be in my arms.
And the quilt show, don't forget the quilt show.
They have August or Jarbidge days on August 10th.
All right. We would, if we were going the other direction, we would be here then.
Right?
Well, pretty much a day's drive to get here, but
Yeah.
we went all the way down and made it to Jarbidge, Nevada, which is the start of the Idaho BDR Section 1.
We made it.
It's a long drive.
But it's really pretty.
It
Really
is pretty.
Now we're gonna go get some food.
After what was already a long day's drive, we finally got started on the Idaho BDR and figured we'd just knock out as many miles as we could before shutting down for the night. And no, we never did find out what a jarbidge is. At some point, we realized there's really only one way into and out of Jarbidge. That meant driving back through the canyon along the Jarbidge River. We learned that Mormon crickets are native to western North American rangelands. They are actually not crickets at all, rather, they're actually a katydid. They grow to about 3 inches in length and typically feed on forbs and shrubs, but they are also known to be cannibalistic and often feed on other crickets killed or injured by automobiles. Mormon crickets appear in some traditional Native American diets, such as that of the Akamawi. An infestation of Mormon crickets in the Salt Lake Valley in the late 1840s decimated the crops of the Latter-day Saint colonists, which is how they got their common name of Mormon crickets. Once we got out of the Jarbidge River Canyon, Section 1 of the Idaho BDR is mostly flat gravel highway through the sagebrush high desert. This allowed us to make some pretty good time covering lots of miles in the few hours of daylight we had left. Even having started Section 1 of the Idaho BDR in the early afternoon, we still managed to grind out 93 miles and almost completed Section 1 before stopping for the night. There are not many camping opportunities in the BLM land along Section 1, and we were starting to worry about whether or not we would find something when at the very last possible moment, a nice little turnout right on the edge of BLM land came into view. Today was a long day, but we bedded down for the night feeling very accomplished.
Good morning. Woke up today on the edge of I guess we're still got quite a bit more of the Idaho high desert to cover, but today we get to head up into the mountains and hopefully some cooler weather.
The kind of love is right now. I really feel I am flying, releasing my troubles. And although you're so far, I really feel we're entwined. We'll wait till it's right for us to be looking at the stars from a balcony, wondering about what the future will bring. Oh, we'll have made it so far. Looking at each other and knowing how we've been through a lifetime. Here we are now. Oh, we made it this far. You'll do what you need. I'll sing me a song. We'll meet when we meet. Touch base and walk on. I'm kinda choked up right now.
future will bring. Oh, we'll have made it so far. Looking at each other and knowing how we've been through a lifetime. Here we are now. Oh, we made it this far.
We were impressed as we dropped down into the canyon to the Anderson Ranch Dam on the South Fork Boise River. The dam itself was completed in 1950 and at the time was the tallest earth and rock-filled dam at 450 feet tall. The dam creates the Anderson Ranch Reservoir, which is very popular for fishing and water skiing. With 10 campgrounds, it offers a lot of camping opportunities as well. It was, however, still early in the day for us, so we just enjoyed the view and kept plugging along.
When I was young, my daddy said, gotta keep one eye open in your bed, 'cause there's a time coming when the devil gonna come for you. So my trigger finger, stay prepared. I've got my weapon and I got my prayers, 'cause if you don't run this town, they'll walk all over you. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on. Run all day till you can't be found. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. You can outrun the devil, but you ain't gonna outrun me. You ain't gonna outrun me. You ain't gonna, yeah. You ain't gonna outrun me, yeah. When I was younger, my mama said, gotta make your green and you'll be seeing red. 'Cause if you ain't got none, well, nobody gon' come for you. She would tell me tales that would leave me scared, so I made sure to get it through my head. I'm either gonna run this town or walk all over you. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on. Run all day till you can't be found. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. You can outrun the devil, but you ain't gonna outrun me. You ain't gonna outrun me. You ain't gonna, yeah. You ain't gonna outrun me, yeah. Oh, you better run. Oh, yeah, I say you better run, boy. Oh, you better run. Oh, yeah, I say you better run, boy. Run out loud, gotta run on. Keep on running till the sun goes down. Run out loud, better run on. Run all day till you can't be found. Run out loud, gotta run.
The BDR routes are generally organized into sections where you can complete one section per day on a motorcycle. On easier routes like the Idaho BDR, a motorcycle can make better time than a 4x4. We managed to knock out approximately 110 miles today, but still fell considerably short of the end of Section 2. We were, however, excited to cool off in Trinity Lake. Our neighbor told us there'd been a young bull moose feeding 10 feet off the shore the night before, but sadly, he didn't come out the night we were there.
Good morning. It's going to be another beautiful day.
Good morning. Are you ready to see this trail the opposite direction?
Absolutely. That's what adventures are made of.
Never fails to throw you a curveball.
If we didn't like curveballs, we wouldn't play ball at all.
All right, onward ho. So as you heard from our morning conversation, we woke up this morning getting packed up, and in my wandering around, I ran into a gentleman who had been heading south on the BDR, the Idaho BDR, and he told me that just a couple miles from the turnoff heading down here to Trinity Lakes, there's a pretty significant washout. Bad enough that he didn't feel like he could make it, and he didn't feel confident that we could make it through it either. And he kind of lined me up with because he's from this area, he knows the area. He lined me up with a detour route that we're going to take. Unfortunately, it means backtracking the last 40 miles, 30-40 miles, in order to get back to the previous town, which we need to do anyway because we're going to be needing gas, especially now with all this extra driving we're going to be doing. So that's the fun we get to deal with today.
I was just thinking that even if backtracking is unfortunate, the view looks totally different going the other direction, and it's still beautiful.
Agreed.
So we backtracked back down to the main road, and when we got to Featherville, we discovered the fuel stop there is closed on Monday and Tuesday. So we had to backtrack even further down to Pine to get fuel. Once fueled up, we headed back north through Featherville onto the alternate route.
So our little side jaunt backtrack to get gas, and then taking the other way to get to where we needed to go. Yep, wasn't such a bad thing after all, because otherwise we would have never seen the thriving metropolis of Rocky Bar, Idaho.
Exactly.
Ghost tubes. Give me a nod. Rocky Bar is not a public restroom. Go up the road, find a tree.
Rocky Bar was founded in December 1863, soon after gold was discovered in the nearby Feather River. It quickly grew into the main settlement in the area and at one point boasted a population of over 2,500 people. In 1892, a wildfire destroyed most of the town, and although the town was rebuilt, it steadily declined as the ore ran out. While it does seem that there are some occupied structures in Rocky Bar, it has not had a permanent population since the 1960s. Cute little cabin. So I don't know if you can see it or not, and I don't know if that's what he was talking about, but right up there on that corner you can see where it's washed out and it looks fairly deep.
Yeah, it looks like it'd be touch and go whether or not our rigs would be too wide for it.
I think we could get through that, but I mean, God only knows what it looks like beyond that if it's that bad there.
And if that isn't the washout he was talking about and it was something actually worse around the next corner.
Yeah, he made it sound like it was a mile or two up that road, so that's probably not it, but that's a taste of it, I bet.
I'm kind of glad we're doing it the way we're doing it.
All right, well, back on the route.
Oh, cool.
As we progressed more and more into mountain country, Idaho showed us her more grand side with incredible views, despite the haze from the Pacific Northwest wildfires. I would also discover that with mountains come shelf roads, and Idaho has lots of shelf roads. My anxiety level went through the roof. Man, I do not like heights.
How are you loving this shelf road?
I'm not loving it, and the off camber, but this is so much better than what we came up. That was terrifying. Sorry, I'm not going to look at you. My eyes are glued to the road.
It's all right.
I'm fine. I'm doing good.
Guess I wasn't paying attention to the bushes.
I don't like the off-camber. Shelf road, I can keep my eyes on the road, just keep it between the lines and all that, but when it starts going like this, oh man. Okay, here comes the switchback. We began to realize that with the massive backtrack and the alternate route, and just simply the pace we were driving, we were now a full day behind pace, and already running out of daylight with many miles to go before we reached Lowman. So we didn't get a lot of footage. Some of it I really wish we had, but we really wanted to get to Haven Hot Springs we'd heard about so we could have a good soak. so we set to making some time and knocked out some miles. In the end, Haven Hot Springs was a bust. We'd had what can best be described as a weird interaction with the owners, and later found out it had been closed for some time. Instead, we found a nice campsite down by the river and bedded down for the night. Good morning. Day 3 on the Idaho BDR. We woke up this morning in Lowman, Idaho after a day of trials and tribulations. Section 2 kind of threw some curveballs at us. We had a washout that we had to go around and road closure that we had to figure out a way around, and the day got pretty late on us, so we whipped in here and got us some dinner, did a little soak in the river in our own personal little soaking pool that somebody was kind enough to leave for us. And this is the view that we woke up to this morning. We decided to stay in a campground here alongside the river, just mainly out of convenience and ease. It's kind of a quiet little campground, although the neighbor's got his generator going right now. But yeah, it was chilly, actually. We woke up kind of cold this morning, getting up in the mountains in the mountain air. It's pretty cold. Anyway, getting our breakfast, getting ready to hit Section 3 of the Idaho BDR. Just got to get cleaned up and loaded up and headed out. Section 3, here we go.
More washboard, more switchback, more dust, and more adventure.
You forgot more off-camber shelf roads.
I wasn't going to remind you.
Just we're talking about.
We're going to talk about that's the road we were on. That is the road we were on.
Just a couple minutes ago.
Not that long ago.
We were way down there.
And we climbed all the way up here on the other side of that ridge and came right on around through all of the burned forests.
Up that road. It's super steep. And now we're going
but
up
we're
there.
continuing up.
What's this?
This is it.
This is the summit.
If I go 1/10 of a mile further, this will be the longest overlanding trip we've ever done.
Sweet.
395 miles from Jarbidge, Nevada to this point right here. And what better place to break that record than on top of the world?
Absolutely agreed.
On a shelf road.
Exactly.
Cold coffee.
At least the shelf road is level.
By the door. Nobody's calling, but I don't mind it anymore. 'Cause I've had enough of the rat race, the city life, the social grace. Burnt out on comfort and so tired of keeping score. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down. Buy a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around. There's a place I go to ease a weary soul. I could hide away above the sea, smoke my stuff, talk to the trees, get myself a dog and build a heart of gold. Gonna find somewhere to slow it down, by a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around, way out of town. Find somewhere to slow it down, by a little place way out of town. Gonna take my time, 'cause it's all mine. Trade my pride for a quiet life. Maybe then my time will come around. Maybe then my time will come around.
Another tree in the road. You barely even moved like 2 minutes. Rain did come through here last night, so that might have softened things up. This tree requires the chainsaw. Where it fell and how it's coming down kind of goes up there into the trees. If we pulled on it, we might potentially knock down either other trees or just get it more wedged. So cutting it off is our best choice. Does mean he gets to break out the brand new chainsaw.
Never been used. I hope it'll start.
Did you remember batteries? Our daughter won't be able to mow the lawn. We took all the batteries. This thing uses the same batteries as our lawnmower, which is fantastic.
Okay, here we go.
Woo! That was too quick. We need to do it again.
Gonna find somewhere to slow it down, by a little place way out of town.
Deadwood Reservoir. They say sandy beaches. Looks a little rocky, but we're gonna go find out. It definitely looks sandy over there. I saw sand over that way, but I don't know how far I want to walk.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely sand over there.
Ah, there you go. I don't mind walking across some rocks. We'll see how it goes.
There's sand over there.
Oh, way over there. Just what we needed today.
Yes, it is.
After yesterday, this day is going amazing.
We found it.
Right? Right away.
And we finally found the sandy beach.
We did find the sandy beach. Sandy water first try.
Yep.
Okay, you gotta pass the small on my back. It's not so bad. She put her hair up to not get it wet.
I put it up so that when it does get wet, at least it's so rice curly.
She's a good floater.
It's gonna be cold.
Yes, it is.
Time for you to hit the small of your back.
There might be shrinkage.
All right, ready?
Yes.
1, 2. Totally lost my shorts.
Like, lost them?
Oh, they were down by my knees. Note to self, don't dive in these shits.
Do they have a
Not that kind of program.
program?
Yeah, but it doesn't really work real well. He's the tiniest little frog.
They're all over along the shoreline.
There's a little baby up there too. Just have 2 fawns. We somehow managed to not lose any additional time on this leg of the Idaho BDR, even though we stopped over at Deadwood Reservoir for a swim. We didn't spend a whole lot of time filming because as we left Deadwood, it started getting quite smoky and we realized a large fire had flared up to the west of us. So, instead of filming, we motored on to Yellow Pine so we could find a place to connect to the internet and do some research on what the fire situation looked like. We arrived in Yellow Pine in time to get the last of the pulled pork and barbecue chicken sandwiches the corner pub had to offer. Then we found a campsite in a local campground and bedded down for the night. Good morning. Day 4 of the Idaho BDR, and we're starting section 4. Got an early rise this morning. We have 205 miles to try and cover. Don't know if we're going to get all of those or not, but we're going to make a hell of an attempt at it. So this morning we're having coffee and oatmeal and hope to be getting on the road soon. What was that you said?
I said nobody wants to see me with my hair and my doodads, and I haven't had my coffee yet.
And still cute. We're finishing packing up, but before we do that, Gonna walk over here and check out this pioneer cemetery. Well, they're calling it a pioneer cemetery, but most of these people are modern day times. Maybe we're just not in the right place. Oh, somebody's gone through and replaced some of the headstones with new headstones. Unknown. Sheep herder. Unknown. Unknown 16-year-old girl. Unknown 8-year-old girl. Yeah, most of the people in here are modern day. Maybe I'm not in the right section. I don't know. We'll walk around some more. Yep, so it looks like that's mostly modern day folks in there. Looks like there could be some people in there that are pioneers, but it's not very clear. We're going to visit a different cemetery later on that's going to have more pioneer days burials in it. So is it weird that we slept right next door to a cemetery? I don't know. Anyway, looks like we're about ready to hit the road.
You arrived with good intention, and you never meant to leave. I handed you my secrets, and you wore them on your sleeve. Truth is, I'm a stepping stone on your way to greater things. 'Cause there's a ghost in the radio that keeps it on repeat. There's a demon in the bottle trying to drag me to my knees, and I can't afford to fall apart every time we meet. Oh, there's a ghost after me. I got vengeance on my mind and anger in my chest. All my skeletons have eyes and they're shaking their fists. Truth is, I'm done telling myself I'm a man without regret. 'Cause there's a ghost in the radio that keeps it on repeat. There's a demon in the bottle trying to drag me to my knees, and I can't afford to fall apart every time we meet. Oh, there's a ghost after me. I got the devil on my tail, and his hounds have caught my scent. And I beg the angel Gabriel for a quick and painless day. Truth is, I'll be running until the good Lord takes me in. 'Cause there's a ghost in the radio that keeps
How are you doing?
Not so great.
There's a ghost in the radio that keeps it on me. There's a demon in the bottle trying to drag me to my knees, and I can't afford to fall apart every time we meet. There's a ghost after me.
Here's the road we were on. Way down there. God, I hate shelf roads.
think that we're crazy. They just haven't seen love this plainly.
I wonder if she knows her back road.
When they ask what on earth is going on,
8,700 feet. Where most Astro vans fear to tread. Just about on top of the world. Elk Mountain Summit.
You're the habit I thought I could be, but old-fashioned love's got a hold on me.
Coming down the mountain has been just as much fun as going up the mountain.
Baby, I don't care, I don't think I'd even mind. Between holding your hand, what I'm feeling in the bottles of wine. Cause you just might be something that could stick. Well, at least I put my money down on it. Cause to me our love is like an old-fashioned finest whiskey poured out in our glasses. You want something sweet, sip you slow then repeat. You're the habit I thought I could be. Old-fashioned love's got a hold on me.
Well, according to BDR, there's supposed to be a pioneer cemetery here somewhere, but I don't see one. Maybe it's further down the road. Here's a nice flat spot, but there is definitely no grave markers of any kind. We've walked this whole area. No grave markers of any kind. Does look like maybe there's been a fire. So maybe the grave markers got burnt in the fire? I don't know. Anyway, moving on down the road. As if the shelf road wasn't shelfy enough, they had to build a shelf. So right now we're not driving on solid rock, we're driving on caged aggregate and boulders. That's reassuring. And y'all wonder why I hate shelf roads. Ellie's cojones are way bigger than mine. How many miles have we gone so far?
I don't know.
It's on the odometer.
Oh, for total, we've done 530.5.
530 miles up to Idaho BDR.
Cold, but it goes down with this old-fashioned love is what this world really needs. Old-fashioned love. Old-fashioned love, yeah. 'Cause to me our love is like an old-fashioned whiskey poured out in our glasses. You are something sweet.
This is Warren, Idaho. Little mining town. We're looking for a place called the Bomb Shelter, because that's where Angie told us to go. Angie was the person working at the corner pub in yellow pine. Oh yeah.
She said it was the place to be.
Here is the thriving metropolis of Warren.
Well, compared to Yellow Pine, this is a booming metropolis.
Totally agree.
Hotel.
I don't think it's really a hotel.
That's it right there.
Oh, I
We have arrived at the bomb shelter.
see. Look, there's a dance hall.
At some point today, we realized we had a problem with the pace we were on. There was simply no way we were going to be able to reach the 205 miles we needed to get to Elk City, and it was becoming clear to us that we were trying so hard to grind out miles that we weren't able to properly film the trip, let alone enjoy some of the stops along the way. So, we stopped for lunch in Warren and then made our way over to Bergdorf Hot Springs. This had us stopping short, but we had decided that spending an afternoon enjoying the hot springs was way more important to us.
Is that the best bath time ever? No gold mining in the pool.
We were lucky to get the very last campsite in the campground adjacent to the hot springs. We bedded down for the night and made extra sure we stowed our garbage inside the truck for the night. Good morning. So we are on section 3 of the Idaho BDR, and it took, the section's 204, 205 miles long, and we barely got 90. It took us all day to get over all those shelf roads and all that rough road. So we ended up at Bergdorf Hot Springs, which was wonderful, which you've probably already seen. And we decided we were just going to spend the night there. Slept in a little too late, but we're kind of in vacation mode now because we have decided that there is just no way we're going to be able to get all the way over to Lolo and back to Wallace in time for us to make it back home before I have to go to work. So we're gonna take the rest of this trip a little bit leisurely and explore a couple of little side jaunts, which is what we're doing right now. We're on our way up Crystal Mountain. Apparently we can drive up here to the top of the mountain and there's literally crystals everywhere, so that'll make Ellie happy. So That's the adventure we're on now.
Wish I could wear peace like this shirt on my back, then give it away whenever somebody asks. Every time I try, I catch myself reaching for it from someone else. Why is it so hard to hold on to? Maybe I'm obsessed with a hurried rush. Whenever I slow down,
The size for a penny. Or both. So much crystals and quartz.
Quartz Mountain. Wonder why they call it that. Can't imagine. Let's dig this one up. We'll take it home with us.
It's like I think that would put you over your weight.
Oh no, we'll put it in your truck.
I think it would put it over my weight too.
That one's mostly dug up. We'll just take it.
It's like a little tiny quartz avalanche. I know, isn't it cool?
Look at this little guy. He's like, what are you doing in my house? He's like, I'm gonna come bite your nuts. Oh, don't let him bite you.
The minute I moved, he was out of there.
Yeah. We're not friendly. Nope.
But we're not unfriendly either. We mean you no harm. We come in peace.
He's like, do you have food? I'm very hungry. No, I'm not talking to you in that voice because I like you.
These are the little ones that I always tried to tame when I was a kid.
You could tame this one very easily, I think. Yep. He's been fed by humans. You can tell. Don't let him bite you.
I won't let them bite me. Stop catastrophizing. You keep making little squeaky noises, but then when I get close, you move your foot.
No.
That's funny. He's like, the camera's interesting, but humans are more fun.
This would make a pretty one wrapped in wire.
Yep. I bought a ticket for the long way round.
The view atop Crystal Mountain is quite spectacular.
I afraid so much has changed that I'll do it all wrong. Part of my heart's grown cold within. Gotta find a way to feel the heat again, but I don't know where to begin. Oh, I wanna trust myself, love myself, believe in myself like I used to. I wanna trust myself, be enough for myself, ring my own bell like I used to. I'm gonna trust myself. Oh, oh, I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna trust myself, love myself, believe in myself like I used to. I'm gonna trust myself, be enough for myself, ring my own bell like I used to.
What was that? Was that you, Ellie?
That was a fun little trip, Lisa. I'm glad that you found it.
Thank you, my darling. I enjoyed it also.
So, what kind of berries did you say those were?
Thimbleberries.
So I guess that means we're in bear country.
Yes,
Because that's why they call them berries.
Oh, you're so clever. We found the old bus. There we are.
What the hell is the garbage? Here's one that says Calculated Chaos, Idaho BDR 2024.
cool.
No one seems to know the origin story of the old bus along the Idaho BDR. Some speculate it was abandoned by hunters or other outdoor enthusiasts. It has become something of a popular landmark where overland folks stop by for a photo opportunity. Many overlanders leave their mark by placing their stickers on the body somewhere, as we did. It was really fun seeing all of the different visitors and the dates they had visited. Sadly, we've discovered that shortly after we visited the old bus, someone came along and painted over all of the marks and stickers, erasing all of the fun history of the old bus and the many stories it could tell. You just keep your eyes on the road.
Just briefly glimpsed at the beauty.
Along Section 4 of the Idaho BDR, as you approach the Salmon River Valley, you drop down what is known as the French Creek Grade. The French Creek Grade drops about 3,000 feet in elevation over 7 miles of long, narrow switchbacks, with stunning views along the way and heights that make an acrophobe tremble in their hikers. Don't ask me how I know.
I'm back on my game, rocking these rings, all leather, no shame. One be in the backseat, I'm flossy and flashy, so bring the champagne. Tattoos, perfume, got me feeling so damn cute, no blues, yeah, I'm feeling so high, about to elevate that style, taking the view when I walk into the room, everything that I make, every look I create, yeah, I elevate the mood, change the game, make the rules, everything that I touch goes from good to great, yeah, I elevate. I'm chasing the trends, just ask your friends, I'm starting this craze. Always got that new, yeah, secondhand use, I don't know the phrase. What I put on got me feeling like I'm number one, yeah, I'm feeling so high, about to elevate that style, taking the view when I walk into the room, everything that I make, every look I create, yeah, I elevate the mood, change the game, make the rules, everything that I touch goes from good to great, yeah, I elevate. Drip on point, every girl, every boy gonna know. Oh, taking it all up, got me feeling so, feeling so, feeling so high, about to elevate that style, taking the view when I walk into the room, everything that I make, every look I create, yeah, I elevate the mood, change the game, make the rules, everything that I touch goes from good to great, yeah, I
it's wide. A little more off
Okay. Let me tell you what. Let me help you experience the French Creek grade with the same level of excitement as I feel it at normal speed. Fasten your seatbelt. At this point, if you're anything like me, you're starting to feel heart palpitations, a little bit of nausea, and you're starting to feel like you might pass out. And then, you've safely reached the bottom and you realize just how ridiculous you've been.
Do we get to go across that bridge? Ooh! The bridge across the Salmon River.
Today was a day that was short on mileage, but big on adventure. We explored Crystal Mountain, made our way up and over French Creek Grade, followed by the Salmon River, and even met a fellow Astro owner. We ended our trip in Riggins, Idaho, where we got some fantastic food and drinks, and then found us a wide spot at a nearby recreation area to spend the night. This would be where our Idaho BDR trip would end this year. From this point, the Idaho BDR heads east and crosses the Idaho Panhandle along the Magruder Corridor into Montana, and then cuts back across the Panhandle along the Nez Perce Lolo Trail. At our pace, we were definitely not going to make it in the 2 days we had remaining, and decided to put that trip off until next year when we would have the time to explore it properly. Instead, we headed south to McCall, Idaho, and found a great little campsite along the shore of the Little Payette Lake to spend a couple days enjoying just not moving, swimming and enjoying some of McCall's offerings. And that will do it for this adventure. If you're still watching, you definitely should give this video a like. And be sure to subscribe because we're not the kind of YouTubers who post content frequently. Be sure to hit the bell so that you get notified whenever we post new content. Leave us a comment or a question. We love to interact with our followers. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next adventure.